Hello and welcome to the 9 p.m. news on Voice of the People TV. I am Jerry Opelar.
And I am Vivian Oguche.
And before we begin the news, kindly visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trendy news. And now to the headlines. Tinubu seeks a multi-pronged approach to security in Lake Chad region.
FG ready to welcome imported Nigerians from the U.S. that's coming from NIDCOM.
Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority suspends MAX Air's domestic flight operations.
NLC threatens nationwide protest over telecom tariff hike.
And in business, $3 billion SPA investment to benefit 23 million Nigerians, says Tinubu.
In entertainment news, Daddy Freeze speaks on Tubaba's rumored lover.
And in sports, Uche joins Mbappe Yamal in La Liga Team of the Week. And now the news in detail. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has called for a comprehensive approach to tackling the security challenges plaguing the Lake Chad Basin, emphasizing that only a combination of military strategy, diplomacy, and socio-economic development can restore lasting peace and prosperity to the region. Speaking at the opening ceremony of the 5th meeting of the Lake Chad Basin Governors Forum in Maiduguri, President Tinubu highlighted the tragic reality of Africa's youthful population being exploited for violent conflicts. He stressed the need to transform the continent's young people into agents of progress rather than instruments of destruction. The president, who was represented at the forum by Vice President Kashim Shettima, underscored the importance of balancing the military effort with initiatives that promote unity, cultural exchange, and economic opportunity. While hard power is necessary to secure borders and combat insurgency, he noted that lasting peace is achieved through soft power leveraging, diplomacy, shared values, and regional cooperation.
And now the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission has said that the federal government is ready to welcome deported Nigerians from the United States. The Director of Media and Corporate Affairs of the Commission, Abdul Rahman Balogu, in an interview on Tuesday evening said that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs was in charge of such development. Balogun further said the federal government had already set up an interagency committee to handle the matter should Nigerians be deported from the U.S. Balogun said the federal government had set up an interagency committee comprising the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, NIDCOM, Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, and the Office of the National Security Advisor, NSA, should there be mass deportation of Nigerians from the U.S. However, the NIDCOM spokesperson stressed that its commission was not aware of Nigerians in America being processed for deportation. Recall that about 3,690 Nigerians in the United States face possible deportation as Donald Trump cracks down on illegal immigrants in the country.
The federal government, through the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, has suspended MAX Air's domestic flight operations following a tire burst incident involving one of its aircraft in Kano on Tuesday night. The affected Boeing 737-400 aircraft with registration number 5NMBD suffered a tire burst while landing at Malam Aminu Kano International Airport at about 10:51 p.m. on 28 January 2025. Although all 53 passengers on board were evacuated safely, the aircraft was temporarily grounded before the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria reopened the runway around 8 a.m. on Wednesday. The Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau has since launched an investigation into the incident, the third involving MAX Air in 3 months. NCAA's Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection, Michael Achimogu, confirmed the suspension in a statement on Wednesday, adding that the regulatory body would support NSIB's probe into the incident.
Just in now, the Nigeria Labour Congress NLC has threatened to go on a nationwide protest against the 50% telecom tariff hike on the 4th of February 2025 should the federal government proceed with the plan contained in a statement signed by NLC President Comrade Joe Ajaero after the Congress National Administrative Council NAC meeting held in Abuja and made available to the media on Wednesday. All affiliate and council were directed to commence full mobilization in preparation for the February 4 nationwide protests. The decision was reached after the National Administrative Council, NAC, of the Nigeria Labour Congress convened an emergency meeting today to deliberate on pressing national issues, including the recent approval of a 50% increase in telecommunications tariffs by the Nigerian Communications Commission.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian Labour Congress has warned the state governments, and other employers of labor, threatening decisive action against those who fail to implement the 70,000 naira national minimum wage and the corresponding salary adjustment by the end of the first quarter of 2025. The warning was made by the president of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, Mohammed Ibrahim, during the association's National Leadership Retreat in Abuja on Wednesday. Ibrahim, who also serves as the National Internal Auditor of the NLC, emphasized the state government and institutions delaying or manipulating wage payment would face serious consequences.
Switching some gears now, the Federal High Court in Abuja has adjourned ruling on the bail application of former presidential candidate and activist Omoyele Sowore to Thursday. Sowore is facing 17 counts of cybercrime charges brought against him by the Nigerian police force. Justice Musa Liman made the decision after hearing arguments from Showore's counsel, Marshal Abubakar, and the prosecution counsel, Ude Jonathan. Earlier, Sowore pleaded not guilty to all charges when they were read to him. According to the charges, the activist allegedly used his verified X handle to post a tweet referring to the Inspector General of Police as illegal IGP Kayode Egbetokun. The police claim the statement is false and intended to incite public disorder. Justice Liman had initially scheduled the bail ruling for 3 p.m. but stood down the matter in the morning. At the resumed hearing, Showore's counsel Marshal Abubakar urged the court to grant bail on the most lenient terms. Abubakar further argued that the court has the discretion to grant bail regardless of the complainant's arguments. However, prosecution counsel Ude Jonathan opposed the application, urging the court to deny Sowore bail. After considering arguments from both sides, Justice Liman adjourned the ruling to 1 p.m. on Thursday.
A federal counter-terrorism high court in Maitama has permitted the former governor of Taraba State, Darius Ishaku, to travel abroad for medical treatment. Justice Silvanus Orji on Wednesday granted the defendant's application for a routine medical checkup in Ajem, United Arab Emirates. Ishaku is standing trial for an alleged 27 billion naira money laundering. The defendant, who is facing a 15-count charge, had, through his lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, Paul Ogbole, told the court that his health had badly deteriorated. Ogbole, citing Section 6, Subsection 6, and 41, Subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, applied for the court's leave to travel abroad. Lawyer to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Rotimi Oyedepo, a senior advocate of Nigeria, had opposed the application on the ground that the defendant did not specify the duration of his stay in the UAE. However, Justice Orji noted that a part of the defendant's bail conditions was that he must not travel outside the country without the permission of the court, adding that the application met requirements. Consequently, he granted the application and adjourned the matter till March 17 for continuation of hearing.
In a related development, the prosecution in a criminal breach of trust case against the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, and 2 others opened its case on Wednesday by calling its first witness before the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, in Maitama. Bello is standing trial along with 2 others, Umar Oricha and Abdul Salami Hudu, on a 16-count charge brought against them by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The 3 are accused of criminal breach of trust. Led in the evidence by prosecuting lawyer Kemi Pinheiro, a senior advocate of Nigeria, the witness Fabian Nwora, a property developer with Ifa Property Nigeria Limited, told the court how he sold an encumbered property to one Shehu Bello, but was later compelled by the EFCC to make a refund. Nwora said he was invited to the EFCC office on February 8, 2023 regarding a transaction between Shehu Bello and Ifa Property in respect of a property located at number 1 Ikogosi Street, Maitama, Abuja. The witness claimed to have sold the property to Shehu Bello, but noted that the name on the sale agreement was Dr. Bello Ohiani and not Shehu Bello.
The Nigerian government is preparing for the potential deportation of citizens from the United States, with the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission (NIDCOM) confirming its readiness to welcome the returnees. This follows report that approximately 3,690 Nigerians may be impacted by the ongoing U.S. crackdown on illegal immigrants. POP TV's Matthew Ogunsoda provides further updates in this report.
NIDCOM has stated that the federal government is prepared to receive Nigerians who may be deported from the United States. The Director of Media and Corporate Affairs at NIDCOM, Abdulrahman Balogun, clarified in an interview that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is responsible for handling such matters, further disclosing that the government has established an interagency committee to manage the situation in the event of mass deportations. Additionally, he emphasized that NIDCOM is not currently aware of any Nigerians in the United States being processed for deportation. However, reports indicate that approximately 3,690 Nigerians in the U.S. are at risk of deportation due to crackdown on illegal immigrants. This is based on a document compiled by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and its Enforcement and Removal Operations Unit. Meanwhile, Voice of the People TV took to the streets of Lagos to gather public opinions on this situation.
It's a very tough one, but somebody who has stepped into the soil of the United States coming back to here is like going to heaven and returning back to earth. So it's a horrible experience, you know. So I don't pray for them to come back. I wish Donald Trump will change his mind towards that. America, it's a home of immigrants. Himself was an immigrant. So I pray he changes his mind.
The truth is just that they say home is home. Once they come back to Nigeria, because I think it's nature. Since nature pushed them there, and now that Donald Trump has said, no, go back to your home. Let them come and arrange their assets. Fix everything they're unable to fix over the years. Let them try. I believe once they do this, they can start a new life.
First and foremost, before you took your ride back to Europe or wherever, you had prepared your mind that it will be well, and you have been struggling over there to make a living. The government is not your problem. You decided to go. But more importantly, those who are in some areas of career like health, doctors and all this, those ones can't be deported because the government of the US know what they need, they know what they want. But those ones who are illegal immigrants who just got there because they need money and they are being brought back, the government must prepare grounds for them. All these trainings that we can see going on, they should be ready to fit into the newest trainings that are going on, IT skills, health skills, realtor or anything. You must be prepared to do something. Most importantly, because we thank God that Nigeria is not at terrible war, not at full-scale war. So you can still come back and make a living out of your life. For those who will be deported, we know that the government have provided resources, funds to help them. They should put their heads low and start to prepare. After all, we know other countries like Ghana who came here to serve us, and when the government was okay, they went back to their country. They didn't go there to become criminals. They didn't go there to become thieves. They fused into the system and they adjusted and everything worked well. So we should be prepared to bear the grudge. When you were going, you wished it well that it would be good. And now if they are deported, you then be prepared to face whatever comes your way. But I know the government will definitely do something good for them.
The best thing they can actually do is just to get something doing, to actually get their life back together. Because if you actually want to travel legally, you need money to travel. So you get a job to do so you can actually travel back to that country legally.
While the federal government has put plans in place to manage potential deportations, uncertainties remain about the timing and scale of such actions. As Nigerians at home react to this news, many will be watching closely to see how this situation will unfold in the coming days and weeks to come. Matthew Ogunsuada, reporting for Voice of the People TV.
Well, thank you, Matthew, for that report, and it is hoped that the returnees are properly integrated into society. Let's take a look at some politics now. As the crisis within the People's Democratic Party continues to escalate, the Board of Trustees has called for an emergency meeting for Wednesday to address the ongoing issues. Multiple sources who spoke on condition of anonymity as they were not authorized to speak on the matter said that the BOT had called a meeting for members to discuss the ongoing crisis within the party and profile solutions. Since Umar Damagum assumed the role of acting national chairman following the court's removal of Senator Yosha Ayu, he has faced increasing criticisms from party leaders. The criticism has been fueled by the ongoing crisis within the PDP, with growing calls for his resignation amid the turmoil.
The All Progressives Congress has expelled a former Minister of Interior and ex-Osun State Governor Rauf Aregbesola over alleged anti-party activities. Aregbesola, who led Osun State for 2 terms and spearheaded a faction within the APC known as the Osun Progressives, which was later rebranded as the Omoluabi Caucus. A letter from the APC leadership seen by newsmen on Wednesday officially confirmed Aregbesola's expulsion. A letter titled Allegations of Anti-Party Activities, Conveyance of State Escort Decision to You accused him of breaching Article 21 of the party's constitution, which outlines disciplinary measures for members. The former minister's expulsion followed a Sunday meeting at the Omoluabi Caucus, presided over by Aregbesola, where the group announced its decision to exit the APC, citing the party's winning influence in Osun State.
Well, from politics to education, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board will no longer conduct admissions for the law program in 8 universities. JAM spokesman Fabian Benjamin announced the development in a statement on Wednesday, adding that the decision was taken following the suspension of the Bachelor of Law programs by the Council of Legal Education for the 2025-2026 academic session at the said universities. The affected universities are Kwara State University, Malete Lorun Kwara State, Bingham University Karu, Nasara State, Redeemers University Ede Osun State, and Western Delta University Ogara, Delta State. Others include Taraba State University, Jalingo, Taraba State, Arthur Jarvis University, Akpabio, Cross River State, Alex Ekweme Federal University, Ndofu Alike, Ebonyi State, and the Nigerian Police Academy, Woodhill, Kano State. The statement clarified that the suspension of the law program at the Nigerian Police Academy, Woodhill, Kano State, would last for 2 academic sessions, specifically the 2025-2026 and 2026-2027 sessions.
The government of Lagos State has assured residents that the dividends of democracy will trickle down to the grassroots. Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, made this known in a media stakeholders forum briefing in the state on Thursday. While giving updates on projects executed by the state government, Omotosho noted that the new Mercy Street Children's Hospital project, believed to be the biggest pediatric facility in West Africa and in its advanced stage, will be set for commissioning later this year. He said the other projects in the health sector, such as a 280-bed general hospital in Ojo, the psychiatric hospital in Ketu, Nigeria, as well as infrastructure upgrades at Ibejuleki and Lagos General Hospitals, will also expand resources available to residents for improved medical services. He called on young entrepreneurs to take advantage of the funding support provided by the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund and other initiatives of the state government by applying for loans and grants to boost their trade.
And now the Alafin of Oyo Oba Abimbola Owade I has ordered the immediate dissolution of an unauthorized coronation committee allegedly set up by a group of individuals without his approval. In a statement made available on Wednesday in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, the monarch warned that any further meetings or activities related to the committee would be considered illegal and will not be tolerated. Obawade emphasized that any committee or event related to his coronation must receive prior approval from his office. The Alaafin further directed all individuals involved to immediately cease any engagement in connection with the committee.
The controversy around the removal of Lagos State House of Assembly Speaker Mudashiru Obasa is growing. While the Assembly insists the due process was followed, Obasa claims otherwise. Party leaders are divided and the next steps remain uncertain. UAP TV's Oyindamola Lukutin has the rest of the report.
Christian and Muslim leaders are at odds over plans to establish Sharia attribution panels.
Edo state government enacts new law to combat secret court activities. The Edo state government has taken a significant step in combating secret courts activities.
Alright, sorry for that mix up there. Now to the actual reports we had.